You might find this question a bit morbid, but do you realize that we are all in the process of dying? I did say it sounds a bit morbid. The fact is that none of us will live forever, right? And we don't have a choice. What we do have a choice about, though, is how we're going to live while we're in the process of dying. And that is what I'm going to talk to you about today on today's show. So hello, and whether you're watching live or later, welcome to Freedom Friday Facebook Live show in the LifeWorks Spiritual Network community. I am Reverend Jennifer McSween, international best-selling transformational author, the Miracles Mindset strategist, true forgiveness coach, and founder of this community. And I help spiritually oriented individuals to feel worthy and empowered so they can be happy, have peace of mind, have healthy, loving relationships, and live prosperous, purposeful, genuinely successful lives. So earlier this week, I attended a workshop to learn how to more effectively share my message from a stage, how to have better delivery and more engagement, and to really share with people in a way to help them understand how you can serve them and what I can help them with. And the workshop was titled or called Craft Your Signature Talk. Now, one of the first exercises that we were asked to do was to find one or two people whose stage presence you not only resonated with, or who that not only resonated with you, but who represented or reflected the way you would like to be while you're on stage. So a couple of people came to mind to me immediately, but the one with whom I resonated the most and who stood out the most for me, and I most want to be like, is Freddie Mercury. You know, Freddie Mercury from the rock band Queen. And specifically, his performance at Live Aid 85 concert. Have you seen that performance? Well, I can't tell you how many times I have watched that 22 minutes Live Aid performance at 2 o'clock in the morning, bawling my eyes out each time. I kid you not. And here's the thing. What moves me to tears each time, there are two reasons actually. The first, and this is like purely selfish and it really doesn't mean anything, but it's because I never did have a chance to see him or see them perform live in concert or to meet him in some way, and he's no longer here. But the second reason that I'm so moved by this performance is because of the way he shows up so fully and gives an authentic and unbridled performance. It's like he's holding nothing back, right? And he's literally throwing his soul down on the stage and leaving it there. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. When Freddie Mercury performed at that Live Aid concert, he didn't only know that he was HIV positive, he knew that he had full-blown AIDS. And at that time, they had not yet known about or discovered the types of life-prolonging treatments for people with AIDS that we have today. So Freddie knew with absolute certainty that he was literally on his way out. He was dying. But when you watch that performance, though, he doesn't look like someone who either knows he's dying or is dying, right? On that stage, he is moving. And I don't mean just in terms of physical movement, because with Freddie, that's a given. There's lots of movement. But moving in terms of stirring something within you, right? He's engaging. He brings you in with him, having you repeat certain lyrics and certain phrases. You know, you're drawn into the performance with him. He's dynamic in his delivery, and he's absolutely passionate. He showed up on that stage 100% and being fully present in the experience. And this is how I want to show up and be on stage. And not only on a speaking stage, I see it as a metaphor for this life, the stage of life. So any of the stages on which I find myself, this is how I want to be. You know, Shakespeare said that life is a stage and we are all actors. And so that means whether I find myself, whether it's in my personal life, my professional life, a circumstance in my relationships, a situation or a condition, that represents a stage in my life. And I want to show up fully on that or on those stages and be fully present with the experience. Be like Freddie. Be moving, be engaging, be dynamic, and be passionate. And this is how you go about living. This is how I will go about living while I'm dying. Because when I live from that place, I show up fully. And I'm saying this to you too. When you live as if you're dying and show up fully, personally, professionally, in your relationships and everywhere, this is where you experience a sense of freedom. This is where you feel fully alive because you literally have nothing to lose. You're just showing up and representing and being the idea that you were created to be, or the idea that you are. See, let me just get metaphysical for a little bit. I really do believe that each one of us, we represent an idea. What it is we call, you know, our gifts or talents, abilities, or your purpose for that matter, we are literally here to express that purpose in form. And it's an idea. And if we can simply focus on, you know, doing that and forgetting about, okay, you know, I'm going to die one day. Well, the point is we are here to deliver, express this idea, and then move on. So to experience true freedom and true aliveness and to live fully, how you go about living as if you were dying is about being fully conscious of this and just show up fully and forget about everything else. And so I'm inviting you to join with me in making the commitment to live as if we were dying, because this is where you'll experience the freedom, the joy, and the fullness of life that we're all seeking to have, the happiness that comes with it all. So that's it for today's live. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry I was a bit late. There was a situation I needed to take care of, and I showed up fully and took care of it, and here I am. I'm Reverend Jennifer McSween. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful or something stood out with you, please share it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, put them put them in the comments also. I do go back from time to time and check. Hi, Lisa. So glad you're here. I do go back and check from time to time, and I will respond to every comment, every question. And I appreciate you watching, taking the time, whether again it's now or later. And join me again next Friday at 4 p.m. EST, where I'll be sharing another live. You'll have to tune in to see what the topic is. So, Reverend Jennifer McSween saying thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week. I appreciate you. I'm the international best-selling transformational author, Miracles Mindset Strategist, True Forgiveness Coach, and founder of the LifeWorks Spiritual Network community. And I love having you here. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.